What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Those of you who've been tuned in with the channel, y'all been watching me, y'all been seeing everything. Y'all notice that I've been dropping a video every week. If you notice, I've been dropping a new video every week. I've been trying to. For these past couple weeks, I haven't been able to drop anything. Something real unexpected came up in the family, so I had to go dark, take care of some things. But I'm back here. I apologize for the wait, but I'm back. So today on the bench, I have my Traxxas Maxx. And this was another build. I built this one from the ground up, as you're gonna see. So I built this one after all of those, because as you see, if you've been watching, you see I had my time with my Armor now. Started off with the Traxxas builds. I did buy a new body for the Rustler. The black one was getting a little beat up, and plus I wanted to save the lights that's on it. So I wanted to try to, have another body to switch on and off. That way I don't crash that body up too much and mess the lights up. So I had my time with my Traxxas, I started, but now I switched to the Armor. Not switch, but I'm trying Armor, and pretty much like I'm in a new Armor section. My Traxxas vehicles, besides my Rustler, still like, the E-Max is discontinued. The T-Max is a conversion, swapped over conversion from nitro to electric. So now I'm like, okay, now Armor's like, is got me. So I'm like, man, I need to get me a Traxxas vehicle that's gonna give me that wow factor too off-road. The Traxxas, the Rustler is doing it, but that's my speed build for on-road. So bam, that brought me to the Maxx. I'm like, all right, cool. Got the Maxx. I built the Maxx. First thing I did was I built it with the original sledgehammer tires. I built the Maxx V2. This is the V2, meaning this is the version 2. It is supposed to be slightly longer than the original Maxx and wider. So that's the stance on her right now. Remember, I told you guys I like getting that skid rail from the Maxx. I got it on the E-Max, and I have one on the T-Max. But this is the vehicle I get it from. It came already installed on the Maxx. It came with the original, it comes with the original sledgehammer tire, so that's what I purchased for it. As you can see, these tires are a lot shorter. And then when you get to the width, they're a lot skinnier too. So that gave it a whole new look, as you can see. That's not the original look. It gave it a whole new look when I did that. Shout out to my guy. He bought those for me for Christmas, man. Thank you, I really appreciate that. So I did get a chance to take this out on Christmas Day. And had some fun with it. But here we go. So that's the first upgrade I did. I don't know why I had extra little orange nuts, so I put those on there. I just put it on there to extra security. This truck has a wheelie bar on there. It has the clipless body system that Traxxas use, so no more body clips. This thing right here, you turn it. You can turn it each way. You can even turn it. Let me get that back in there. So that's locked. You can either turn it to the left or you can turn it to the right. Once you lift that up, pull the back body up, and then you pull it back. Bam, comes right up. That's the inside of that system. So if you see that hook right there, the hook hooks right into the top of that shock tower. And this part right here is a hook too. It's like a lever. It's like a lever. So that hook goes up and down. I'm trying to do this with one hand, bear with me. That hook goes up and down as I move that piece up here, and it grabs onto that back shock tower. And when you push it down and lock down, bam, and that locks the whole thing on. So that's how that works. Got a couple stickers on here. I think that's the only sticker I got up there. So just like all my other builds, I I like to dye the chassis black. So my whole chassis is black. I got the extended arms. I do have the original plastic drive shafts. I haven't seen them broke those, even with the big tires on here. Not yet. I'm expecting it though. I have the Integrity orange top chassis brace up here. You know me and my BLX 185 in there. And I have the Surpass Hobby Turbo fans. 4068 2400 kV motor up in there. It's not the original motor that came in this vehicle. As a lot of you guys know, the Traxxas motors is the Valenion blue motor. So it's the 2400 kV blue Valenion motor that comes stock in this thing. But I love Valenion motors. I love the power of them. The only thing I don't like about their motors is I don't like the small shaft. I don't like the skinny shaft, so it's kind of hard to find a lot of pinion gears that will fit on there. So I kind of stick with, you know, a lot of different motors that has the 5mm shaft. I have a lot of those pinion gears. On these Arrma ESCs, I'm gonna tell you guys, I do like them, but I'm starting to veer away from them, and I'm gonna tell you why. Normally, on a lot of the ESCs, when you program them, you have the option to change the voltage, whether what voltage you want it to cut off on, the cutoff voltage for when you're using the LiPo mode. You can choose the voltage you want it to cut off on. I normally cut my batteries off at 3.4 volts. This thing, all of the Arrma ESCs I see, the program section where you change it, where you could program the auto cutoff, it only has two options: nickel metal or LiPo mode. That's it. It don't have a stream of voltage sections you can, you know, tweak it, that you can change it to. Like my hobby wing, it goes all the way, it starts at, you know, maybe like 4.2, and it goes all the way down, like 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, all the way to like 2 point something. And you can, and that gives you more room. It gives you more runtime. This thing is just nickel and LiPo. And when you pick LiPo, it cuts you off at 3.7. And I'm gonna show you right now what I have now in the setting. If you watch my last video, if you watch my other videos you've seen, I had the BLX 185 in the Arrma setting too. Oh darn, that was crazy. I forgot about my zip tie mod. If you watch my other video, you'll see about my zip tie mod up there too. I did that so the body don't parachute like crazy and be flopping all around. So that actually locks my front on. So I have to like swing it open like a hood. But this is the setup I have in here now. I still got the same motor, but now I have my Mamba X in here. So that's what I'm doing now. And I got my Gen Ace battery in here. I was just running that the other day, just testing that ESC out. So that's the setup I'm going with now. I'm either gonna run the Mambas or I'm running the Hobby Wings. So that's the new thing. The gearing. I love this truck. I do love this truck. I love the setup with the shock tower so it don't get dirty inside. I run it a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna say it don't get dirty. It get a little bit of stuff in there as expected, but not nowhere near as you know as used to, as the trucks used to get in there. I have the original steering servo, Dumble RC transmitter and receiver, like I use with all my vehicles. The gearing, man, I was talking about the gearing and the motor. The only thing I don't like about this setup is most of my vehicles, when you tune your gearing between your pinion gear and your spur gear, you can just do it by feel. And once you get it to that right feel where you feel is perfect, you lock your screws in and it's set. This thing has this weird dummy-proof setup where the motor sits on certain plates and, well, a certain plate in the front. is actually attached to the motor, and it's pins, like the pins that hold your wheel axle and stuff on, that metal pin that goes through the wheel and you put your hex on. It's like those type of pins, and it sits in the bottom of the motor, in the bottom of that plate, and then the actual chassis has a spot in there where you would sit the motor and the pin would line up into that hole, and it's supposed to be a perfect mesh setup, but I hate it because if you change your gearing, not your gearing, if you change the gears, meaning if you change from Traxxas gears, that setup only seemed to work with the Traxxas gears. When you change gears to like the hardened steel gears or something like that, start running into problems with the mesh not lining up because the teeth not shaped the same as the Traxxas teeth. So the stuff start not lining up right. When I did that, I started tearing up gears a lot. So what I did was, I actually just went I went tighter than expected. So when I would push the car, when I put it all together, when I pushed the car, it would barely move. Not barely move, but it was tight. It was tight. It was definitely tighter than what I like, than my preference. So I was just like, man, I'm gonna try it out because I'm tired of it stripping. And I did that, and once, like after like 2 drives, it worked itself out. And I checked the cover, and the teeth look fine. They look real good, and I still got all my drive. So hey, that worked. But yeah, other than that, I love this truck. The wheelie bar is really strong. Another thing I did was I put me a chassis guard on the bottom. The whole skid plate on the bottom by KVX. Not sponsored by these guys. I just got it on Amazon, like I get a lot of my stuff. But as you can see, that's not dirt. That's not dirt. That's scratches. That's all scuffs and scratches and some bends right there. It's not attached. You would think that they was, you know, you could probably get one that's all one piece, but mine isn't. I didn't get this for stability or anything like that. I got this to protect my chassis, to keep it from that stuff right there getting scratched up and chewed up, and then I would have to replace bulkheads and all that other stuff. So yeah, check you out a skid plate on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. Even if I did remember how much it was, and I told you, by the time you go on here, the price gonna change because you know how Amazon is. But they do have silver and black. And because because I dyed my chassis and everything black, I chose to go with the black one. Just to line it all up right. But yeah, man, this video ain't too long because I haven't did anything. Everything is stock. Haven't stripped any gears. Stock shocks. Everything. Oil. The stock oil. I purchased the shocks brand new, and I just slapped them on here. They was already filled with oil. If you guys already know, I order a lot of my parts from Jenny's RC. That's just how I get a lot of my brand new parts that already come ready to just put on the car. Because if you just buy shocks and things like that, they won't come pre-oil from the store. A lot of times you just got to be careful with that. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, y'all. Yeah, that's gonna be it. If you like that video, hit that thumbs up for me. Give me a comment, and if you aren't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, everyone. And I'm back to dropping my videos, and I love you guys. Thank you.